Hey guys, Gary here again from Gary Davis Aromatherapy. And in this video, I'm going to show you some ways that you can figure out whether your essential oils that you're buying are pure essential oils or if they're adulterated with something. Now, the first thing I want to show you is this is a bottle that I bought online. It's a 2-ounce bottle and it says Australian sandalwood on it. This is the Australian sandalwood that we sell. This bottle costs $12.99 for 2 ounces. This is a 1.8 milliliter bottle. Now 2 ounces is about 60 mLs approximately. So this is 60 milliliters. This is 1.85 milliliters. And the cost of this is $40. So does anybody believe that this is pure unadulterated essential oil at $12.99 when this little bottle costs $40? Now, if you wanted to buy the same 2 ounces of the 100% pure essential oil that we sell, that would cost you $679. Now, does anybody believe that you can sell 2 ounces of unadulterated essential oil that we have to sell for $679 retail for $12.99? I mean, it's ridiculous. The second thing is, when you look at this bottle, the ingredients, all it says is Australian sandalwood oil. It doesn't say anything about having any carrier oil or anything mixed with it, but you know that has to be. This, on the other hand, and let me get my eyes out so I can read it to you, and I'm not very good with Latin, but this is another thing you can look for. This is Santalum spicatum. So that's the Latin name of Australian sandalwood. So that lets you know that you're buying a pure essential oil because it actually has the Latin name on it. That's another thing you need to look for. This one does not have it listed anywhere on the bottle. It just says Australian sandalwood. So, the other thing that we're going to do here is what's called a white paper test. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a drop of each oil on here, and what you should see, now sandalwood's a little different than some of the other oils because it's a little thicker, it's made from wood, so we may not get the same results as I would get like with lavender or something, but because essential oils, even though the name says essential oils, it's not actually an oil, it just doesn't mix with water. It's actually, the extract from the plant has chemical constituents in it, and it will not mix with water well. That's why you have to use something like alcohol, witch hazel, or something like that when you put it in like a spritzer bottle if you want to use it as an air freshener, because if you didn't put something in there to emulsify it and help it mix with the water, the essential oil will just float on top. Even though it's not technically an oil, it does the same thing an oil does, and it just sits on top, so it will not mix with the oil. So that's why you mix in witch hazel or something like that. Helps emulsify the oil and break it down so it'll mix in with the water. So let's get started. I'm going to set this up and then we're going to do the white paper test. What I'm going to do is put a drop of the pure sandalwood oil on, a drop of this that they're selling as sandalwood oil, and then we'll use a hairdryer and we're going to dry them up and we're going to see what the difference is. Okay, so what I've got here is I've got this 2 ounces of sandalwood oil, and then I've got this pure sandalwood oil that we sell, and I've got 2 different pipettes because I don't want to get them mixed together, and we're going to try this experiment. Now, I tried it earlier with this sandalwood oil and some lavender oil because lavender is not quite the same as sandalwood, and once I put the hairdryer on it, the lavender did dry and you could barely see where it had been on the paper, and this left an oily residue. So what I'm going to do here, since that's not a true apples to apples comparison, I'm going to compare the 2 sandalwood oils and we'll see what happens. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put a drop of this sandalwood oil on. So I'm going to pull out a drop here. We're just going to put on 1 drop. I'm going to drop that on the paper. And now on the other side of the paper, I'm going to put 1 drop of this pure sandalwood oil. And this has got a dropper top on it, so Hopefully I can get one drop out. There we go. And now we're going to let those sit for a few minutes, and then I'm going to run the hairdryer over them and we'll see what happens. Okay, so I think from the results of this test, what we have shown is that this test is inconclusive for sandalwood, because sandalwood comes from a tree. It has constituents which are a little bit oily. So this is inconclusive. However, you can see when I hit this one with the hairdryer, the oily part went out across the paper, where this one stayed in one spot and soaked into the paper. So this could indicate that it's been adulterated with a carrier oil. But let's go ahead and show you one. This is our lemon oil, and citrus oils are very volatile. They evaporate rapidly. So I'm going to put 1 drop of lemon oil on here, and we'll see what happens to it when we use the hairdryer on it. Alright, so we're going to let that lemon oil soak in, and then once it soaks in good, then we'll hit it with the hairdryer, and I'll show you what happens to a volatile oil whenever you put the hairdryer on it, because it's a whole different thing. You'll see it just pretty much evaporates away. So we'll give it a couple of minutes to soak in. I'll hit it with the hairdryer, and then I'll show you the results of that. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm hitting this with the hairdryer, and it's pretty much almost already evaporated, except for the part that soaked through. That'll take a couple more minutes to evaporate. I mean, this was like 20 seconds with the hairdryer, and it's almost gone. Okay, so you can see here, this is where the lemon oil was, and it's completely gone now. You can barely see where it was on the paper. So I think this experiment shows that with a volatile oil, this will work. With the oils like sandalwood, things like that are made from woods, you're not going to be able to tell as much. The one thing I will tell you about this oil is when I put it on my fingers, you could rub it and it was very oily. So you could tell that there was a carrier oil mixed in with it. And the other thing is, you can't tell me that this 2-ounce bottle, they can sell it for $12.99 when 2 ounces of this would cost you $679. So I think we've shown, we might not have shown it with the white paper test, but I think we've shown that this cannot possibly be an unadulterated essential oil. The problem is that since it's not regulated, that as long as there's some sandalwood oil in here, they can sell it as sandalwood essential oil, which is what it says, Sun Essential Oils. And in the ingredients, all it says is Australian sandalwood oil. And that's really all it has to say. The problem is if you're selling something as a pure essential oil and you're putting carrier oil in it, that should be on your label as well. I mean, to label this as pure essential oil is, to me, that's just deceptive marketing practices. So, this is a couple of things you can do to look at whether your essential oils are pure or not, because if it's adulterated, it's not going to have the same therapeutic properties that it would have if you use the pure oil. And that's important if you're using it for aromatherapy, things like that, where you're looking for a therapeutic effect. So, another way that you can do it is to smell it. This smells a whole lot stronger than this does. This, if you smell the paper, the scent is almost completely gone now after hitting it with the hairdryer. This has still got a sandalwood smell to it. So that's the other way that you can tell. Use your nose. So I think we found here that there are several ways that you can tell whether your essential oils are adulterated or not. You know, look at price. I know you can't smell it when you're buying it online, but you know, look at those prices and see if this makes sense compared to this. And you know, price doesn't always tell you that you're getting the best oil, but it will give you a good indication if some oils are really underpriced, that maybe they're not 100% pure essential oils, and that's what you're looking for. Labeling, you know, people can say therapeutic grade, everything else. There's not really an accepted terminology. So, you know, if people say they're 100% therapeutic grade, yeah, if they're 100% pure, they are. But that's not anything other than just a manufacturer putting that label on it. So, you know, be careful when you're buying essential oils. If you really want to buy 100% pure and you know they're 100% pure essential oils, go to our website, https://GaryDavisAromatherapy.com. Go to the shop link and you can buy essential oils there. They're 100% guaranteed. If you get something and you don't believe it's 100% pure or you don't like it for any reason, just send it back to us and we'll refund 100% of your money. So, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We like bringing these videos to you. And be sure and like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. And we'll see you in the next video.